Can be a canoe that can build anyone to be a president in the country right now as we speak. With Yomi as a party. And that's why there's that infighting.
We're back again. This is a GRASSROOT podcast. I'm Ombima.
And Zagia here.
Now, today we're going to talk about matters politics. Now, Kenya doesn't lack leaders. In fact, what Kenya lacks in some terms is leaders who are accountable, who are disciplined, and who are there for the people. So, unfortunately, what has been happening over the last couple of months is since the departure of Baba, there's been a huge leadership vacuum in ODM. Now, currently, as we speak, we can still go back and try and figure out how did this happen. Because during Baba's term, Baba set a precedent. He set a precedent where, his style of leadership, I think there were no huge wrangles in ODM, And the people who are also in ODM, who've been there for time immemorial, we're talking about Orengo, we're talking about Sifuna, we're talking about
the likes of
Nyong'o. Yes. They have been living in unity and harmony.
Yes.
Right? So Baba, I suppose, was the glue that kept them together.
That is true.
Now, come his departure, there's a huge vacuum. And I think most of these people are now trying to find out where their place is.
Yes.
But as we speak also, ODM is not without leadership.
Yes.
Because Oburu Odinga was elected party leader through the right channels.
Mm-hmm.
So where is the problem? Where is the discontent? Where's the discord?
The discontent comes from everyone wanting to be famous, people fighting for self-exaltation. You see, I've told you the infightings we have in these parties, especially ODM today, is because if you look at the disagreement that now is being displayed publicly, is because some of the individuals within ODM, some of the individuals there, feel like their opinions are not being heard.
And when you say some, out, is it like a good portion or a minority?
It's a minority of actually, because they are members of the party.
Yeah.
Their voice needs to be heard. So they feel they're being left out from them being heard, the opinions being voiced within the party.
Absolutely.
With the party organs at whatever level it is. Now, that's what brings this deviation from serving the electorate or serving the members of ODM to individuals' exaltation, to being me wanting to be in this position, me wanting party position fighting. Somebody wants to be higher than the other.
Exactly.
But as you put it, ODM needs to be needs not to have this wars.
Absolutely.
Yeah. They only need to they needed to just have called one another and sit together.
Because
just as Baba was doing.
Yeah, in Baba's reign, we didn't have all this infighting. I mean, all this was quashed. And I think that we have to take a step back and look at these leaders who are now fighting.
Yes.
And look at their track record within the party. And I'd say most of them have fared on pretty well.
Yes.
We cannot just paint them all with the same brush and say that, they are not good leaders. Their leadership style was good enough for the public to have accepted them then.
Mm-hmm.
So the public accepted them then. Now, I think what needs to be addressed is why is there a change of heart amongst these people? And what can be done to address that?
And the change of heart is not because of anything else, but it's because there are also persons pulling strings behind the screen. Remember, we are approaching election.
There's a master puppeteer behind.
Yes. Yeah. There are people who are interested in ODM as a party. ODM is a structured party, and it's a very big party. It's the only party in the country right now that has got structures that anybody can use to propel themselves to power, to party positions. I mean, to let's say to presidential.
Basically, ODM has been since time immemorial the best party.
It
in
can
Kenya,
be a canoe that can build anyone
party
to be a president in the country right now as we speak. So everyone is pulling strings behind the scenes to take ODM, to make ODM
to position themselves.
To position themselves with this party, form a coalition with Yomi as a party, and that's why there's that infighting between the SG and the party leader. As others are putting it, that the war is just because of the president. But I feel the problem is not the sitting, is not the president. The problem is not even with the leadership or the NEC. The problem is the persons who are interested in ODM as a party. Hence, pulling a few others on their side. In this case, you realize we have Team Sifuna, and you have Team Sifuna and Orengo, and you have Team Oburu Odinga.
Exactly.
As you had put it, Oburu Odinga was legally elected. as a party leader of ODM.
So they should respect that.
They should respect that. Right now, Baba is not there, despite the precedents that he had put before.
Exactly.
But they need to respect the party position of having put Buru there. Now, the Buru being the party leader, everything needs to descend from him. Like everyone needs to listen to Oburu Odinga, what he's saying, with the direction.
According to the party manifesto, because he came in legally.
He came in legally. So
he was
when
not forced upon the people.
Yeah, so when we deviate, then we are missing the point.
Exactly.
We are now creating two factions within ODM, which is not right.
Exactly. Now, I think basically the way I look at it is 2027 is going to be one hell of a race.
It's going to be one hell of a race.
Oh.
The person who's going to cling on this lady has it.
I think we'll take a break on that. So Oburu, by the fact that he was appointed, I think has brought about a lot of issues within the party.
Yes, there are persons who felt that he didn't merit it.
He didn't merit it.
There are persons who
because he hasn't gone through the rigor of actually being elected.
Yeah, others feel that he's being given by the fact that he's Raila's brother.
Okay.
And I think that's what is bringing the discord within the party. Okay. And then because of that, others are now looking for where they can get strength. And we are following, like what you're saying, by lack of a better word, forming cronies.
Exactly.
Persons who you can reason with the same alike.
Exactly.
Towards the direction of self-insufficiency.
Absolutely.
Feeling that we should have been better off. Without him, us should have been there in that position.
Exactly.
And in this case, you realize there are persons, young leaders in the party who feel that currently is the position of young people in the country to hold party leadership in ODM.
Absolutely.
This you can see with the likes of Babu Wino. Now the dissenting voice, major dissenting voice in the party. Another one is another one that is there is Sifuna. Another person you can see there ranting around is Orengo.
Yeah.
Orengo, though not being young, but he wants to be a father to these dissenting voices.
Exactly.
We have Ososi, who is also talking against the party. They are feeling that something needs to change.
Absolutely.
And that's why they're communicating and they're voicing this through revolting and revolting. Yeah.
Revolting and using voices.
The idea of ODM being in bed with the government is not a bad thing. Per se, as it's been put, because right now, before Baba left,
most governments work with coalitions.
They were in bed with
the government.
So the reason as to why there is this infighting is just because of what you said.
Positioning.
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 Yes, their
want to be in the first.
There are ambitions within the party, like Wino Odinga,
to be in the right place.
Babu Wino, Sifuna. They feel the party needs to be left for the young people.
Absolutely.
Yes, the young leadership in the party today.
Okay.
So ODM as a party, they feel that Oburu Odinga needs to step aside so that the likes of Wakina Babu Win and the rest should be. But even if they are saying this, it's not a bad thing. But they need to follow the right channel.
Absolutely.
They need to follow the right channel for you to climb up the ladder. You don't just come from nowhere. Being a young person, yes, you are elected. Others went through the nomination process, the likes of Babu Wino and the likes of Sifuna. To earn that position, there are a lot that needs to be put in place.
It doesn't come overnight.
Yes. So it is because of this that brings wrangles to the party.
Exactly.
So we need to look at it keenly. They need to actually tone down. For them to earn this even from the electorate.
So they need to earn the respect of their party and the electorate.
And the electorate together.
They might have some respect, but I don't think it's that much. They don't have enough goodwill to change the way the party has been functioning up till now. They have to go with a certain protocol that has been in place.
Right now it is bad. It is already long gone. This needed to have been done before Sifuna was kicked out. Having been kicked out is very difficult for him now to be brought back to have a talk on a round table. Do you know why?
Why?
Because that is giving apparent authority to this young man. And that will make him in the public view that Sifuna has got a force in the party.
Exactly.
There are persons who had left
Oburu won't back down. So right now, where they're actually heading to a dead end.
The party is headed to a dead end.
So the best thing that can happen is for all of them to sit down and agree behind closed doors and not air their dirty laundry in public. Just
as we had even said, majority of these wars we are experiencing in ODM, what causes this war is because of the strings that are also being pulled. I've told you, it's also leaning towards the coalition that is headed towards the election of 2027.
Absolutely.
Others are looking for better coalition partners. So there are parties also who do not have strength like ODM, but wants ODM to be part of them, to send them through to power.
Exactly.
it is just about selfish interest.
So we're talking about it's a matter of the thinking of the coalition government that they're going to have, and
Yes.
also the finances.
The finances.
Right now, if you're outside ODM and you're in ODM and you're trying to run for any public office, you're a limping dog. You have no finances.
Actually,
ODM has helped a lot of these people we're talking about win elections because of also the financial backup,
Yes.
as much as also the pedigree. ODM has been in power for a long time. They've been around for a long time.
Anytime you're running an election, when you have a party backing, you are at a safe zone. Why? Because there are certain things the party is able to do for you. It's like you're a person starting a business on a point of goodwill. The
Yep.
party is capable of supporting you
Absolutely.
to some level. So you have a kickstart.
Completely.
While those who have got parties that have got no base, you've got to finance yourself.
Absolutely.
So when you have an established party like ODM,
Then it's easy right
why
now.
do you think majority of persons are also looking for UDA? These two parties are the parties leading in
That
the
are
country right
most
now.
established.
So you realize you can get a kickstart from the party, before you use your own what? Finance. The second thing is that there are persons registered to that party. So already you have people behind you.
Absolutely. There's
given to
pedigree.
you.
There's goodwill.
Yes, and that's why independents and those who are within the party, those within the party are always better off than those who are independent.
Exactly. Independent,
because-
nobody knows about you.
Yes.
And then when you go to the ballot, anyways, I think people are used to, especially when it comes to the ballot paper, ODM, their symbol is very simple. It's an orange.
It's an orange.
So if you go and show people an
People
orange,
don't like
and
a lot of complications.
they
And then
know they'll
there's
go
a friend of
orange,
mine-
orange.
There's a friend of mine who said that Kenyans live for the moment. And I agree with
Exactly.
him. You see this issue of Sifuna, give it just 3-4 days, it shall have ended because Kenyans will be looking into the next thing. There are always persons who are always journeying. They don't stay in one place. So in
Completely.
this case now, having said that point, Sifuna fears leaving ODM as a party. And that's why he's still sticking here and wants to pull strings within. Why? Because if he leaves ODM, there's no party that can stand with him when he's going for a re-election.
Exactly.
Now the party, they also fear.
He loses a lot of backing.
Yes,
and goodwill.
they also fear within here. They also fear with them having no backing of the party. Yeah, there are members who are gonna vie for the same positions where they are. Like we have persons who have come out. Like I think recently, Jalango came out publicly that he wants to be a senator in Nairobi. Now that becomes conflict of interest here.
Exactly.
Being an
Between him and
SG, I need
Sifuna.
to be that powerful. I make decisions. Now the decision has been taken out of his hands.
Exactly.
Those are the things that now making this guy be more hungry than before. But he had just after that said, Sifuna, maybe as a talker, if the party fails, that my services are no longer needed.
But now he's backtracked now.
It is now backtracked. We know
Because reality is settling in.
the reality is settling.
It's
You
a
realize,
cold place outside that party.
man, if you are left to go outside there,
You're better off being on the inside looking out than on the outside looking in.
inside, it's very
Exactly.
difficult. Second thing that I think is causing this is making these persons fight for these positions. As much as you are saying the young and the old are in conflict here of conflict of interest and wanting to come to the party, Baba didn't leave any person as a point person to be.
So there's that leadership
So there's
vacuum.
no leadership. Yes, there's a leadership vacuum. That's what majority feel within the ODM
Absolutely.
family.
I think we'll take a break on that. Baba's passing away has left a huge leadership vacuum, I think, which we all now realize. And unfortunately, I don't think he left a successor.
He didn't. And I prayed that he had left a successor.
Yeah.
Someone mentored to run the party
Exactly.
in that direction that Raila used, how he used to manage his politics.
Yep.
But Ian, do you know that these infightings in parties destabilizes government?
Completely.
Policies are delayed. There are confusion within coalition, confusions
Completely.
being experienced. There is a lot of delayed services to the people. For instance,
Completely.
we had ODM having gone into bed with the government, as Baba had put it before. There are leaders who are appointed from ODM to run certain positions in government. Now,
Completely.
when we have infightings, we deviate from what needs to be done to the local Mwananchi
Exactly.
to the parties.
The business of the day.
For the business of the day, to the parties.
Because the daily business is being affected and things
Yes.
are stalling.
Things are
And now
stalled.
come now the new government that will come in,
Yes.
chances are they won't even pick up from where things were left off.
Even before the new government is told, right now, Baba said, before election, there is life between now and
And
the
then-
end of this era.
Absolutely.
The end of this
Life
government.
still goes
Life
on.
still goes on. So
Yeah.
why do we want to concentrate on something that does not benefit the electorate, does not benefit Kenyans?
Absolutely.
Because the infightings in ODM affect all members of ODM, including those who are in the government appointed from ODM as a party.
Exactly.
They all want to contribute. Recently, we had the Treasury CS, John Badi, who was in Citizen TV, actually talking about the same thing of Sifuna and the ODM, the wrangles that are there. Now why that we then had this, we would have been now talking about policies that are supposed to be implemented to safeguard or protect mwananchi in terms of matters finance.
So development is stalling.
Development is stalling.
Unfortunately.
We have confusion when it comes to election path. Policies are being delayed here.
Exactly.
So everyone is not benefiting from this.
So I think the best thing, because what comes to mind is that the reason why things are stalling right now, especially in ODM, when we look at the other parties, they're not having this fighting.
They're not having
it's because of the leadership vacuum.
Yes.
So I think now what most of these parties should do is take a step back and ask themselves, how best can we address this whole leadership thing? And even before these leaders exit, I think what needs to happen is this. I mean, most people don't know how to act as proper politicians, I think.
Majority don't know.
Like, for example, now Baba has exited, right? There are certain qualities that Baba has exited that have gone with him.
Yes.
And these will be lost forever.
Yes.
Had there been a system in place where I would call it like an academy, where people could be mentored, where they could learn about governance and politics and government in itself, it would have been very helpful, where these elderly leaders can be able to impart their knowledge to the younger generation.
Yes.
And currently, there's no system in place like that.
We call it practical knowledge.
Absolutely.
Unlike political science studied in university. But you see, if I just digress kidogo, there's this thing that is now causing a lot of confusion. The parties who are not fighting are also not benefiting with this fighting that is there in ODM.
Completely.
I've told you that ODM currently, as we speak, is in bed with the government.
Yeah.
So if there is any fighting in ODM,
then government projects in general,
are stalling
because they are part of government.
One thing those who are in government needs to know: the electorate are becoming very careful next as we are approaching the election.
Absolutely.
They want to see these leaders who are saying that they've been given things by the government. What have they done? Because the election that is coming is going to be work-based election.
Exactly.
Like, what have you done for us? You said you've
it's
been
all about tangibles. What are the tangibles?
Yes, you said, us as a government, we need roads, we need schools, we need things to be done on the ground. We need to feel that we are
comfortable.
We need money kwa mfuko.
Exactly.
But all these have not been experienced since you joined this government.
So then this coalition doesn't seem to be working.
That's what brings now the confusion within the coalition. That's why there are two factions within ODM, the wrangles we're talking about. There are those who feel that those who have been in government and those who left ODM and joined government, a lot has not been done to help mwananchi.
Exactly.
Are you getting
it? The coalition basically was just a smoke screen.
That's what they feel. Now, those who are on the other side feel like things are happening. But majority, PR is being done more than the work that's supposed to be done.
So it's a circus.
It's a circus. So that's why Team Sifuna, Team Orengo, Team Babu Weno feels that we need not to go to bed with the government. We need to be The government need to look for us, not us looking for government.
Exactly.
But
so it actually comes down to something that I think the other day we were discussing, and you were saying that if somebody is an attractive woman, she doesn't need to go around looking for people who are suitors.
Yes.
All she just needs to do is just hold her ground and let the suitors come to her.
Let the suitors come. Team Sifuna feel like ODM is a big party that the suitor needs to come to the woman.
Absolutely.
Not the woman
go to the suitor.
That will cripple ODM. What will cripple ODM is reduced to a small party.
Looking for suitors
you go
out there.
Looking for the government instead of the government
looking for you.
And that's what I believe this government is trying to do to ODM. They are reducing ODM to a small party. If we already say that ODM is a big party, has got infrastructures in place that can make the other person become a leader, then why not? We can say, why not have a leader run for presidency from ODM as a party? Why refuse? Why go for second option? It's better off to negotiate when you've gone to an election and negotiate after when you have numbers than negotiating and joining here and going to election as a coalition. with government.
Exactly. In fact, negotiations are best when you negotiate from a position of strength than weakness. You can't negotiate from a position of weakness.
So Team Sifuna feels that they are going to negotiate from point of weakness if they go into election as a pact with UDA 2027.
Which is reasonable.
Which is reasonable.
Yeah.
But now the reason they bring on board is okay. But the problem is these things are not being done through proper channel of all communications of the party.
So basically they need to sit down as a party instead of doing all this public mudslinging and agree and say, listen, guys, this is our strategy for 2027. Let's go forward and do it.
Yeah,
because right now it seems like there's no proper strategy amongst the ODM elite or the ODM bigwigs for how they're going to sort out 2027.
Right now, as I speak,
the different schools of thought.
Everyone is just dancing to their own tune. You see, after removing Sifuna, others went to coast, believably saying they are strengthening the party. The idea here is just to sell off themselves to the best bidder. You know, there's something floating here that the party wants to be sold. The idea is not actually literally being sold, but you're selling yourself to these individuals that are in play here. We need them as our party organs, them as party members to build ODM. Come together, build ODM. Let services go to Mwananchi, those who are appointed for ODM, so that we stop these wrangles.
And continue the business of the day. Until 2027. Come 2027, they should unitedly put out a presidential candidate. Instead of worrying about a coalition. They should go in as a united party with a presidential candidate that they put forward.
They should also
same as before, because that's what they've been doing.
The fear also with this faction is the fear of competition within the party. There are those who had been gotten used to being given
party tickets.
Yes, party tickets. So when the opportunity has been availed here for people to contest within the party, others will feel that they will be twisted. Yes, they will be left out and not being given.
So all of this is just positioning and people cronyism. People trying to be the right faction. So that they can get the right party tickets and so they can have smooth sailing coming. To 2027 election.
The truth is, we need to hold leaders accountable.
Absolutely.
Even the ODM leaders together with those who are in UDA.
What have they done for us now? Yes. If they haven't done anything for us now, then what guarantee will we have that they'll be able to do anything better when they elect in 2027? So leaders should actually start looking at their own personal track records now. Instead of looking at the other rival they have, they should look at themselves.
Because the election that we're approaching.
There's a saying that says, before you remove the speck in my eye, remove the log in yours.
Your own eye.
Yeah.
So they should these leaders have not get rid of
their own bad problems.
The truth as to why there was a lot of riot from young generation, the Gen Zs, is because these parties, majority of members who are elected in this specific parties we're talking about, especially let me talk about now that we're talking about ODM, majority of those leaders haven't performed to their level best. What's required of an MP? What's required of an MCA? Majority of them have not performed to their level best. So there is these fears, we can feel them, but you shouldn't fear. Your fear should not go with the current regime. Your fear should go to the electorate who is gonna
now give you a
because
second
these
chance.
guys are going to check. They are going to they'll be ticking the boxes
completely.
Yes, the promises you made, did you fulfill them?
That's it.
And this is a generation that you can never lie to.
And that's the standard that we should hold these politicians to. Ladies and gentlemen, as you've heard, those are the standards we should hold these politicians to.
Let's not be swayed by party wrangles, by competitions in the parties, circus shows. Let's be steadfast and put leaders to accountability.
So in view of what we've talked about today, we discussed various topics, but especially about the infighting in ODM.
Yes.
Now, ODM has been a party that's been there for a long time. They have pedigree in Kenyan politics. We wish ODM well. And the issues that we have raised is because we do care about the future of ODM. And we want to see ODM go on for another millennia if they can, So ODM, we implore upon you to sit down amongst yourselves and iron out these differences. You are all dear to us, from the Odinga family to the veteran politicians, and also now to those who have just joined recently. It is a big party and everybody is included. It is a national party. So we hope ODM can continue being a national party for many years to come.
And let's take into account that the youths are watching. Some of them are getting frustrated with the party positions, and the majority of them are now amplifying their voices via TikTok space, Twitter, and other social media spaces. Now, let's take it. Let it be our responsibility as members of ODM, if I talk on behalf of the party, that let's try to unify the party. Let's try to bring in these new ideas, because majority of them forms the major backbone of that future generation that is going to sit in here for us during the electioneering period. So the youth are going to form a major part of this. So even when we have these party wrangles, let's take into account that everything that is happening within the party, let's nurture the youth within the party, so that the vision, the plan, and the ideas of ODM as a party can be seen progressing with the coming generation. If not, then the ODM as a party will be just but history. It will just be remembered as a party that ever existed in the history books. So let's look forward to unite the entire party, giving the youth a platform to excel.